Before I start talking about BT4 and my concerns for the game, about 90% of y'all are not subscribed, so go on ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, comment, do whatever you gotta do. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything I say in this video, and let's get straight. Unless you've been living under a rock, BT4 was released at the Dragon Ball Battle Hour about a week and a half ago, and I am very excited for the game. I'm just like y'all. I played Budokai 1, Budokai 2, Budokai 3. I never really played BT 1 or 2 for some reason, but every single Dragon Ball fan in the history of Dragon Ball fandom has played BT 3. Everybody knows about that game. That game is the best Dragon Ball game ever created. And for a game that was released over 16 years ago, it's very interesting to see how we've never gotten a game that was better than that since. Raging Blast 1 and 2 were pretty cool. They were pretty alright games, but for the most part, nothing came close to what BT 3 was doing. I mean, BT 3 is such a nicely well made game, and there's so many characters in it to the point where there's about a 9-minute video on YouTube showing every single character that's in the game, and I'm not joking. If you want to go find it, you can. I'm not gonna find it for you because I'm lazy as hell, not gonna lie to you, but I'm very happy to see that game has so much content in it, and the fact that it's being expanded upon now with a whole new game is very interesting. But I just want everybody to know, for recently, these Dragon Ball games we have gotten have been pretty mid, kind of good, and trash. In the trash category, I'm going to talk about the Breakers for a second. The game is completely unbalanced. It's really not good. Really a whole bad for the game. For two in the mid category as kind of a decent game. It's not really anything too special. I mean, when it first came out, it was good, but now I'm gonna be real. I kind of just want the game to end. And when BT4 comes out, nobody's gonna go back to Xenoverse. I guarantee it. There's a lot of things that's wrong with Xenoverse, from the netcode to certain certain super souls being overpowered, things like that. It's not even really a game that you want to play anymore, as the game is like 5 years old now. So yeah, I will say it's one of the most supported Dragon Ball games ever made. I will say that because, like I said, it was released around 5-6 years ago. I think actually more than that, now that I think about it. I think it was released like 7. For a game that was released 7 years ago to still be coming out with content, that's really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope they do the same thing with BT4 when it comes out, but I just want people to preface this by saying, like, look, I have faith in the game completely. However, this is Bandai, and they can really do some messed up things, okay? So I'm just going to list a couple of the concerns I have, and I hope that they don't make these mistakes. First and foremost, I want the game to be fully voice acted, okay? Dragon Ball Kakarot, or whatever you want to call it, it was cool, it was alright. But there were some aspects of the game that just wasn't voice acted. They put a lot of effort into the game, but there's just some other parts where there was a complete letdown, if we're going to be honest with you. And I'm not expecting every single part of the game to be heavily animated, like the big set pieces and stuff like that. But they really did skip over some stuff, and I don't want to see that happen with BT4. I want BT4 to be fully voice acted. And if they're going to continue the trend, what they did with BT3, obviously there's basically going to be a whole story mode going from the first part of Dragon Ball Z to, I guess at this point, Dragon Ball Super and the Tournament of Power. So I really hope throughout all that the game is voice acted very well. The graphics, at least from what we've seen from the teaser trailer, is pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. It looks really nice. And I'm happy to see that they took those animations from BT3 and just adapted them. I like that. I mean, honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think the animation looked cool, so I don't really have problems with that. But that's just my first concern, is I want the game to be fully voice acted. I want them to put a lot of effort into this game, okay? I don't want this game to come out and it's not as nearly as good as BT3. It's hard to beat BT3. With the current model of gaming and how things are set up now, there's going to be a lot of DLC. So that's my next part that I'm going to get into in a second. But with that being said, I just hope the game is good. Just put a lot of effort into it, Bandai. That's it. That's all the nigga want. Another thing, like I said a second ago, DLC. I know that DLC is going to be in the game, but what I don't want is characters that we really, really want being DLC. I don't want every single character that we actually care about to be DLC. You see what I'm saying? Like Gogeta Blue. I mean, I guess it would make sense if he was DLC, so let me not use Gogeta Blue. I'll say Vegito Blue instead, right? Because he was part of the actual anime for Super. And it's hard to gauge which character should and shouldn't be DLC, because obviously Bandai wants to make money. There are going to be microtransactions in the game. Come on now, we all know that shit. I'm just saying I don't want every single character I care about to be DLC. Now, if there's like certain movie packs or whatever that's DLC, which is what they're probably gonna do, like Dragon Ball Super Broly or Dragon Ball Super Superhero with Beast Gohan, I guess that's fine. I don't really have a big issue with that. I just don't want there to get to a point where it's been a year or 2 years into the game and there's like $10,000 worth of DLC that you can buy. You know what I'm saying? I've seen games like, I think it was Dead or Alive, right? Where it's like if you buy every single DLC in the game, you're spending like $2,000 or some shit. Like, nigga, I'm not trying to do all that. I just want to play Dragon Ball. Like, that's all I want to do. I'm probably not going to buy that much DLC. So there's probably some characters that I do care about that I'm just simply not going to get. I'm obviously going to get Beast Gohan because he's undoubtedly going to be DLC. So I have no real problem with that. But I just don't want every single major character to be DLC. I'm not sure that's too big of an ask, especially from Bandai. I'm sure they could do it. I don't know what their form of currency is going to be, because you know there's going to be a form of currency. They're not going to use TP medals or anything like that, because that's what they use for Xenoverse and the Breakers, because Breakers is a part of the Xenoverse universe, I guess. But at the end of the day, I just want there to be DLC, but I don't want it to be crazy, okay? Is that too much to ask? I hope it's not, okay? It should be relatively simple, in all honesty. Another concern I have is for the online netcode. Please, for the love of God, have good service for this game. I beg of you. Xenoverse is what I said earlier. Xenoverse 2, the biggest problem, or one of the big problems I have with the game, is the netcode. To the point where it's like a bread and butter combo. Literally just, I guess, an auto combo, if you want to put it that way. Which is square, I think, like 6 times. That combo work online for Xenoverse. So if you press square 6 times, the combo will drop. And it's not supposed to. I don't want that to happen for BT4. I don't want that shit to happen. I want the netcode and the servers to be good, okay? I know that there's going to be some problems when the game first starts. I already know it's going to be like that, at least for the first month, because there's going to be millions of people on the game. It's going to stress out the servers, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But this means that y'all now, at this moment in time, need to invest in some good-ass dedicated servers for this damn game. Because if the game comes out and the servers are bad, trust me, that's going to be a big complaint. And you'd rather hear it from me now than hear it from literally millions of people online when the game comes out. I'm sure Bandai does not want to hear that shit. They probably get that shit a lot. So, at the end of the day, bro, my thing is this. When you look at it from a whole, the servers, these are just basic requirements. I'm not even asking for nothing crazy, okay? The servers should be cool, alright? That's all I care about. Bandai, when the game comes out and the servers are bad, I swear to God, I'm looking at you, bitch. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna find the CEO and I'm gonna send them a really heartfelt bad message, because you niggas doing all these and the servers are bad. Cut the shit out. Stop it. Overall, those are just the complaints I have about the game, or some concerns I have for the game so far. I believe it's gonna be a good game. I hope. I believe it's going to be a good game, man. I want it to be a really good game. I don't want there to be crazy DLC. I want them to put effort into the game. Genuine effort. Everything voice acted. Shit like that. And I want service to be good so me and my friends and everybody can have a good time. I want there to be a whole bunch of extra modes. But I'm going to get into all that later. I'm not gonna like review the game or anything when it comes out, but best believe I'm gonna buy it, and if the game is ass, I will be very mad about it. So Bandai, please don't let the game be trash. That's all I'm saying.